How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the Nerdy Basement Podcast. I'm your host, as always, the OG Osmosis, or just simply Ozzy. And joining me each and every episode are my co-hosts.
What's going on, everybody? It's Eddie.
And Miguel.
And we are
the Nerdy Basement.
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen, for another pod. Another jam-packed pod. This one's going to be 5 hours long. Just
another jam-packed. We got like six line items jam-packed.
Jam-packed. It's gonna be we're gonna be here for 5 hours. We're gonna break down WandaVision to like literally like the nanosecond of every single frame.
We're gonna break it down word by word on the script level.
Word up, like you're gonna be able to visually see it without even watching it, how descriptive we are going to get in our review.
But before you guys change the channel, let's just be honest, it ain't even going to be all that long. Come on.
For real. But anyway, quick announcements we hit our milestone of 100 plus subs on YouTube, so we want to thank everybody who subscribed to us. For helping us reach that milestone, obviously. We're going to skip the other topic. We've been throwing jabs already, so we'll skip that. But obviously, thank you everyone who's been supporting us on YouTube. We're going to be dropping some more video content on there. Honestly, we dropped one video for last week's pod yesterday, late last night, so you can catch that there. We discussed WandaVision there as well. But with that being said, get into some news.
Real quick.
And zero trailers. Do we want to go? Go ahead.
I just want to tell the fans to share it to your Facebook, send it to your friends via SMS messaging.
He said SMS.
I don't know if I want those type of fans, man. Bruh. iPhone all day, bro.
What, man? I'm just listen. I'm just saying. Send it to all your friends. Like, subscribe, and share the Nerdy Basement Podcast.
Please.
Everywhere.
Yes, appreciate that.
Send
and
it
then
to
send
your grandma,
some feedback.
Everything. Yeah. Send us some feedback.
Man, look, when you click on share, it gives you all the options on your phone, and one of the options is SMS messaging. Come on, bro.
Really?
I'm just telling you what your phone is telling you.
Really?
I don't need to. The people in my circle are iMessage, you know? Well, majority
of them. Yeah,
there's
pretty
like
much.
two of them that maybe not, and that's like older people. So.
Mine too. But shout out to my wife's younger cousin Charlie, who's got an Android and likes our podcast. Hey, man.
All right, he got points then.
Hey, Android users welcome. Know what I mean? Especially if you listen to the pod. They're welcome.
As long as you listen to the pod, then you're
man, we're on the Google Play Store, bro. On the Google
that is
Podcast.
True. But I can use Google on my iPhone too.
See, you know what?
Let's just get into some news, Ozzy.
We'll get into some news and trailers though right now. All right, so just like last week, we're going to spitfire these because there's not much to really dive into, honestly. We got more film delays due to COVID. 007, No Time to Die. Was that, Miguel?
No!
No Time to Die is about to die.
Not 007.
Because it got delayed once again, so it's dropping now in October. Morbius got delayed because, No Time to Die took its release date. So now that's delayed to...
Wait, and we were talking about it was rumored last episode that we recorded, and then it got confirmed that they pushed it back all the way, right? Is it because I remember us talking about it? Are we really sad about missing out on it?
Right away? I'm not sad about missing out on it. Well, either way, we got to wait a whole year for it anyway now.
It was delayed twice then because it got delayed till October as of last week, and now as of this week, it got delayed again until January.
Yep,
that's what I'm remembering. Yep, that's what I remember. So now they just gave another pushback again.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. So Sony also delayed Uncharted, so that's dropping next year as well. February 11th. Ghostbusters also got delayed. That's dropping this year though on November 11th.
Was that the one?
That's the one with
Paul
Rudd.
Was that the one with the kid from
Stranger Things?
Yeah.
Ghostbusters
and Paul Rudd.
And
Paul Rudd. Oh man, Ant-Man and Stranger Things. They're gonna bring everybody into the MCU.
Well, he was already there, so yeah.
Word. So A Quiet Place 2 also got delayed till September 17th this year. So I mean,
what is A Quiet Place 2? What is that? Because
it's a sequel to the first one.
Well, yeah, no, I got that, but what more can you do?
You're like,
I mean, I don't know what else you want from it.
Like, what more can you do? These are monsters who hear any noise you make.
But that's
like,
why you have
what
to
else
stay quiet.
can you do with that?
But that's
So,
why you have to stay quiet.
part two, you got to be twice as quiet.
Well,
no,
she has
maybe they're in a new
if I'm not
place.
mistaken, she has a baby now.
Ooh.
Yeah, but
The
husband's
husband
dead.
died.
Yeah.
Okay,
So John
so
Krasinski's not in there anymore? Yeah,
He's
I didn't
the-
watch the movie, so I
he's
don't.
he's
No, he died in the
directing
first
it.
one. It was good.
He's directing
good.
it, but he's not coming back because he died. The
Well,
first
yeah,
one.
he died. Yeah, it would be a little fucked up if he came back to life.
Unless
I
he came
get it,
back.
it's
Unless he came back
fantasy.
as a monster. That's a different story.
Ooh, imagine.
Maybe
Or
his
Fantastic
wife.
Four.
Maybe his wife brings back his corpse. You know, like in a certain other thing that we're going to talk about later today.
Oh God.
Oh,
Let's keep going.
We'll see. We'll see. But anyway, moving on from that, Titan season 3 has found its Barbara Gordon and Savannah Welch.
Don't like it.
She-Hulk
Don't
has
like
found
it.
her best friend in Ginger Gonzaga. Jim Starlin has confirmed, kind of rumored. I mean, I'm going to put it as rumored at this point because he said that we shall see Thanos in the Eternals. Makes sense since Thanos is an Eternal, but
Yes, exactly.
that hasn't been confirmed, so rumored for now. I'm going to put
Young
rumored
Thanos.
because it hasn't been
It'll be-
confirmed. Yeah, young Thanos.
It'll be young Thanos.
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
Young Thanos. So we got updates for Invincible, the animated series from Robert Kirkman that's coming to Amazon Prime Video. So that's dropping March 26th.
Nice.
First 3 episodes are dropping that day. Then the rest of the episodes will be dropping weekly. So we get 8 episodes total. Amazon, if you're listening, we want screeners, please.
Por favor.
That's all I'm saying. Please and
Well-
thank you.
We'll do episodes. It'll be really good and it'll be comic informed.
Yeah, it will be comic informed because
Yeah, I'm actually finishing up Volume 1 soon, so
Hey, me too.
nice.
There
I
you
literally,
go. So
I literally
so
went out and
now,
bought volume 1 so I could read it.
so now you guys can do an episode on Invincible in Commons in the Basement.
That's true. Actually, oh damn, yeah, it would be just one episode. It's a full fucking series. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
huge. That's
It's
like
a lot of
150
stuff that's happening, yeah.
issues.
Damn, that's a lot.
Was
Well, yeah, I mean, I only got volume 1. Volume 1.
Yeah, well,
is
that- well, we
only,
can-
like, I think
we
it's
could
like
always
the
buy
first
the other volumes.
5 issues. Huh? Say what? You said we could buy the
I'm just saying we could always buy the next ones.
image. If
Then,
you're listening-
but think about it. That's you typically get 5 issues per volume, 5 to 6 issues depending on the arc. Per volume. So if it's 150 issues, you gotta buy that's at least 10 different volumes.
Yeah, and each one is about
20
10 plus
20 bucks,
too.
20, 24 bucks.
So, unless you find them on sale, so that's a different story. But
Unless
I don't know. We'll see.
Image is coming out with an omnibus sometime soon, which if they are Image, I would love to do an unboxing and review of your Invincible omnibus for the,
Why
for the
not?
YouTube channel.
Do they have one?
What?
Do they actually have one?
No,
I
I,
don't
said
think they
if.
have an omnibus
I said
Oh,
if.
if okay,
If.
okay.
Yeah.
I thought they were.
Well,
ready.
the only other
Oh,
thing
you
I could do, I
trying?
remember.
I see what you're doing. You're trying to manifest. I see
Yeah.
what you're doing. You're trying to manifest. I see you. I see. I don't
You know
blame
what's
you.
funny? When I bought the first volume for Invincible, I bought it during ZapCon, and it was at like a discounted box.
Zapcon.
Nice.
Yeah, we were supposed to have our like. Hopefully, we can get to still do our panel there. We'll see what we got.
Yeah, hopefully.
it should
Well,
still be fun.
the way COVID looking right now, man, I don't know.
Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, we'll see.
That's the sucky
We'll see.
part. And then
I
the
actually
fact,
had to
the
make a
fact that
trip
there's a new strand that just got confirmed in Jersey this past week.
Yeah.
I don't know. Things are gonna get tough out here, bro.
Yeah.
But we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Hey, there is an Invincible compendium. I don't
That's
know
almost
what
the same thing, I think.
Is it the same thing?
Yeah, it's like
Hey,
the same
hey,
thing as an omnibus.
Hey,
Usually.
Image, what's good with you?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's a little older now. Oh,
It's
man,
all
but-
good.
all right.
But yeah. So we'll get. That's it for the news. We'll get into WandaVision episode 3 right now.
I can't hear that
What was that?
without the rest of it popping into my head.
Oh my God. All I see is freaking Adam West running.
That's all. That's all you need to see. That's all you need
All
to
I
see.
see is the bat logo spinning like it's on a disc,
Word.
laser disc.
All right. But anyway, who wants to go? Who wants to go first?
Miguel, after you. Because I went first last time, so I don't mind.
It's in color.
Yay!
No,
It's in color now.
the episode was good. I got a message from a friend of ours yesterday. I think we all did. That said the episode was juicy. And so I went into it with expectations, and the expectations held up. So there's definitely a lot to unpack. There's a lot to talk about. There's a lot of secret in-story references that they made, like the papaya and the pineapple that are on the counters, that are references to her pregnancy and stuff like that. It's a whole thing. But the episode was solid. They're moving the story along much quicker than I expected, which I am very happy about. And dude, like I'm excited. I love the show. The show's great.
Word.
Yeah, no, I concur. Like, I just watched it, luckily.
Yeah,
it
luckily,
flowed
right?
very well. Like, literally just finished watching it. So, like, it flowed very well. You know what I mean? Like, I love that, you know, they're progressing quick enough, because it's a 9-episode series, but you know, they're not wasting any time getting into the story. You know, and it was cool, you know, seeing the, like, in color and everything. Like, you saw the frame size of the, you know, of how the TVs were back in the day. So they were in the
The aspect ratio.
Like, yeah, the aspect ratio was all like the same way that you would normally see it there. And of course, like, the little tidbits of, like, you know, everyone is starting, like, now we're starting to see that not everyone is under Wanda's full control. They understand what's happening, but they understand they have a role to play. So it's I think it's really cool that this is happening too, little by little, and Vision's also being affected by it in a whole different manner too, you know. So I really love the path that this is going on right now. And I definitely tried to look for, like, little Easter eggs. I only saw a couple, like, things that I can kind of dive into, but I was like, it was just more like little sparks of stuff.
It was, honestly, this episode didn't go heavy into the Easter eggs and references as it did with the first 2 episodes.
Yeah,
which is great, which is fine. I mean, you obviously still got your callbacks, you got your little nods and stuff. Obviously, you got the name drop to the twins, to Wiccan and Speed, you know, Billy and Tommy. You got that set up. You got the twins in now, so, you know, that's already, you know, moving in motion. And like you said, you know, the story is moving along now. Like, they're not wasting any time. Like, you see even the last 5 minutes of the episode is like.
Are we doing spoilers? Because I didn't do spoilers yet because I didn't like.
You right. Hold up. Where's my? There we go. Spoilers all around.
I mean, I'm just saying.
But you put in the marking spoiler talk.
Spoilers all around. But spoiler talk. Let's go. Now.
Oh my god. Go ahead, Miguel. You said it.
Okay. So there was a ton, and when I say a ton, I mean in show contained spoilers, right? So when the doctor comes in to check on Wanda, and he says, you know, we gotta explain it to women in fruits. At 6 months, you're like a papaya. At 9 months, you're like, the baby's like a pineapple. Like, it's those little callbacks of.
Wasn't it honeydew? Honeydew was the biggest one?
I think maybe 8 months.
It was like 7, 8, I think, something like that.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Like,
but
papaya's like by like 7, 8, and then the honeydew was the last.
Right. So when he walks the doctor out, he turns around, and she's bigger. She's more pregnant now. She turns around, she hits a papaya, and he's like, papaya. And then later she's peeling a pineapple. So it's I don't know. I catch stuff like that having watched it twice.
Well, that was just clever writing. I don't think that had nothing to do with, like, you know,
it tells you where she is in her pregnancy.
Yeah. Well, just like when the stork shows up, you know what I mean? Literally, the stork delivers a fresh baby. That means, like, that's usually signal that, the baby's showing up now. So that stork thing was cute. And I
like how you said fresh baby. Like there's another animal who delivers
Well, he's the only
babies.
animal I know.
That's funny. It did look kind of creepy, though, that damn stork. It looked a little too realistic.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Well, it was cool.
I mean, I'm not saying it in a bad way, but
probably a real stork. They probably brought in a real stork. They kept hitting the stork with smoke bombs, and the stork was like, "Nope, not having it."
Word.
Yeah. Like you could see that it was immune to her power. It's crazy.
That's more Mephisto teases there, man. If you want to take it that way.
I was gonna say that like the stork wasn't it wasn't a manifestation of anything that she did.
Nope.
Because she couldn't get rid of it.
Exactly.
That's true. Yeah. And honestly, so like I remember our callback to our last episode when we were mentioning that everybody's thinking Herb is someone else specifically and all that kind of stuff. Like they were saying
the high evolutionary. No, the high
evolutionary. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So because he had a better understanding of everything, but Agatha was still stopping him. So you could tell that they're in on it. / also they know what the difference.
But why was he cutting into the wall with the hedge trimmers?
I think it was kind of like one of those a
glitch in the Matrix.
Oh my fuck. Stop taking it out of my mouth, bro. Like I was gonna say it, but exactly, it's it's one of those moments of glitch in the Matrix scenarios that it's like, okay, things are happening, and that's why even the doctor said it. He's just like, of course, when I was going on vacation, my cars broke down, meaning he just can't leave. So he starts to remember, small towns always trapped,
can't escape,
so on and so forth. They put the laugh track, but it's like it wasn't a funny thing, and it's like there's so many cool things that they're doing with this. It's really interesting.
They changed the way that Wanda does her rewind or her redo, where in episode, I want to say it was episode 2, when she says no, it's like an actual physical, like somebody pressed rewind on the tape. But in this episode, it was like a blink. So like somebody pressed back on a CD or a disc.
Oh yeah.
Well,
remember DVD. Well,
back then they didn't have CDs though. So I think it's still similar to the rewind, right?
I'm not comparing it to the time period. I'm just I'm just saying they changed the way that she did her redos.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Cuz she blinked right before doing it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I honestly I was a little hurt that she did it to Vision a little bit, right? But it might, again, we don't know if she's doing this fully on consciously or subconsciously, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so it's like to do it to Vision from all people, the love of her life and all that kind of stuff. It's like, okay, so even he needs to stay fooled so you can be happy.
Right, but in the last one, she said no. And so, like, that to me was a clue to, all right, no, she's doing this. And then, like, what she did at the end of what she did at the end to Monica Rambeau or Geraldine or whatever you want to call her, like, to me that proves like she's 100% in. Maybe somebody's manipulating her or convincing her that it's the right thing to do, aka Agatha Harkness. I'm looking at you, Agnes. But yet you don't think so?
No.
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 Okay, all right. Well, let's hear it.
Let's hear it.
I still think it's Mephisto. I don't think he's using Agatha per se. He might be using it to some degree, but I don't think Agatha is really the one pushing her to do the things. You know what I'm saying?
Who else is gonna hang up the macrame? Like, it's got to be her and Mephisto.
I mean, obviously she's in cahoots with Mephisto.
Yeah, I still think it's a mixture of. She's just as engulfed in the illusion as everyone else is. And the only thing that keeps on snapping her back is when people are making those connections. Like, why am I trapped? Who are you? And blah, blah, blah. And then also on top of it, why didn't, when she brings up her brother and it's like, wait, he got killed by Ultron, didn't he? She's like, what the fuck? Who are you now? Like, now it's like, things are happening, but that's what I'm saying. It's like maybe Mephisto did start the path of everything, but then for some reason, I think Sword also has the reason why that she made the bubble in the first place.
Word.
You know what I mean? And I'm like, so that's what I'm thinking. I'm like, I think because she overloaded her own powers, that's why she still doesn't believe she made this happen. You know what I mean? Or what she's in isn't fully real. So that's like, I feel like it would be more compelling if it was like that. That's what my opinion.
So I think whatever happened in the bubble is permanent, because if you notice, when she throws Geraldine out of the bubble, when she kicks her off the island, when she gets voted out, How many other ways?
Did you want more?
How many other ways can I say that? When she becomes the weakest link, and they they say goodbye. She keeps her 1970s
outfit,
little outfit.
The outfit.
So I think whatever happens in the bubble.
Well, that's a good indicator permanent. Of how they can bring Vision back, how they can introduce Wiccan and Speed, how they can Quicksilver if they bring him back. Obviously, well, I don't know if you guys have heard, but at least this past week,
I have.
The Spanish voice actor for Quicksilver, the voiceover actor for Quicksilver, he unfortunately revealed on Twitter that Evan Peters is going to appear in WandaVision as Quicksilver, and that he was glad to be back to voice the character again.
Wow!
And then he went to delete. Yeah, he went to delete the tweet, and now his Twitter account cannot be found anywhere. So the Marvel snipers.
He has been disappeared by Wanda and Marvel.
Marvel's there like out of here.
That's hilarious. Like, it's interesting though. It's like I'm surprised I guess the fan appeal.
How do you feel about connection.
That though? I'm not a big fan of that Quicksilver, to be honest.
I'm
not a big fan.
Like, I wanted them to bring, like, I don't know how they're gonna mesh the two, because obviously, I mean, unless it's a big swerve and she brings him back and she's like, no, that's not the right one, and then she brings back the other one.
Yes, because now they're merging the X-Men world, and then that's how she brings mutants into life. Mm-hmm. And I think that's a possibility. Now that's a great pull, because I'm like, if they want to merge the worlds, because now then it also goes into the multiverse.
Yep.
Because it's like, now it makes sense to be like, who the fuck are you? He's like, my name is Pietro. Who are you? And it's just like, it keeps on spiraling.
Well, you also go back to Apocalypse. Wanda is dead in that universe, as opposed to him.
She's already dead? I thought she was a child.
Yeah, but she dies, or she's a little girl, whatever the case may be, something like that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she's a little girl.
Well, she's not. She's a little girl, but she's not around.
She's not herself. She's not herself.
So she's not like our Wanda. And then
because I remember what it was. The reason why Pietro was there in Days of Future Past was because he aged faster because of his powers. So while Wanda was still like a toddler, he was already a grown ass man. That's why he already has his gray hair, and because the curse of his powers was the accelerated aging.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't Magneto his father though? Isn't that why they said that he had gray hair, or why his hair was the way it was? Because Magneto?
No. Magneto didn't have. Michael Fassbender didn't have gray hair yet.
Word.
Has nothing to do. He just got older. He just only in the comics they had the gray hair thing, but even then, back then, I think it started earlier.
I need to rewatch those movies because it's been a long time. But I do know that I did not like that universe's Quicksilver.
Yeah, I don't like it either. I'm not a fan of it.
I thought he was too campy. He was.
I don't understand the hype behind it. To be honest, I don't get it.
Like some of the stuff that he did was admittedly very cool. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm gonna move this bullet over there. I'm gonna. Oh, look, there's like a gulp of soda coming this way. I'm just gonna, whatever. I mean,
it was the speed scenes. Fine. That's what they had.
Yeah, but it was fine. I just
but there's no depth to the character.
Maybe it's him. Maybe I don't like him.
There's just no depth to that character. That's the problem.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Even Pietro and Avengers, it wasn't that much delved in deep because they killed him so quickly.
Well, but
I can say that
in hindsight, there's more character development to him in the MCU as opposed to Quicksilver in Fox's universe.
Over 3 movies, there's development in an hour that they couldn't, in the MCU that they couldn't develop over 3 movies in Fox.
Well, 2.
Was it
Fox
just
only
2?
had the 2. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was only in Days. He was only in Days of Future Past and Apocalypse.
Yeah,
okay.
He was only. Oh wait, no, lies and Phoenix. So yeah, he had
Dark
movies,
Phoenix.
But Dark Phoenix. Yeah.
I forgot that movie even existed.
I don't blame you. But again, like the good things, like I think it was because a lot of people, because I actually preferred the power set in the Fox movies compared to how he was portrayed in in the Marvel, because I felt
I think
like
it's
they
only because
depowered
you
him
got
so
to
much.
see it longer. I think it's only because you got to see more of it. I think if you got to see more enough or the same amount in the MCU, you would feel differently.
More.
I don't know. He got shot by bullets. You know what I mean? Like, he's supposed to be a little bit faster than that.
He got
you know
shot
what I
by
mean?
bullets
wasn't looking.
saving somebody. He was
Yeah, he wasn't
protecting
looking.
someone.
Well, what do you mean? He was looking. That's how he
wasn't.
got shot, and not Hawkeye.
He can't phase
pushed him.
like Barry. All right, this isn't
or
this
Vision.
This isn't. Yeah. You tell him, Ozzy. No, I'm kidding. But
I don't know.
But
It's interesting.
Also,
it's
also
interesting
going
take.
back to that, there was early rumors that Peters was going to come back to play Mephisto. That was one of the big rumors that was going around early on.
what if Mephisto comes back as that Quicksilver, and she's like, no, this is all wrong, and like she changes it, and Mephisto goes back to being Ralph or whoever he is. He's like, damn, almost had her.
I don't know. It'd be interesting
I think
to
it
see
would
how
be
they
better
how they
if he-
play that.
Yeah, it would be more interesting now if Pietro does show up and he's the Marvel version, and he's
Well, the
actually
thing
Mephisto.
is, he has to show up because they're going to revisit the events of their experiment.
Yeah.
So you can't,
Interesting.
if they're going to show that, then they have to show him. They just can't show Wanda's perspective because they got experimenting all together. So
Yeah, that's true.
Anybody else? Did anybody else like the BVS callback?
why did you say that name?
Why did you say that name? What did I say? You said Ultron.
You said Ultron. But
Well,
the thing with that
was
though, it was dope. Like I felt for her. Like I like that while she was talking about Pietro, she was crying.
She let her guard down.
She opened up, like you saw and you felt the emotions come out of her.
Yeah.
She went back to her Sokovian accent. She sung the Sokovian lullaby. Like you felt, saw and heard the pain, like of her losing her twin brother. Like, and then the fact that she recognized the sword thing, and she was like, yeah, no, y'all motherfuckers gotta go.
But like it took her a while to recognize. Like she's been wearing that this whole time.
I think it just popped up because I didn't notice it the whole time. Personally, I had to look back.
She's had it
the whole
yeah.
time. Okay,
I
then
noticed the chain. I did notice the
that's
chain,
why-
but I didn't notice the pendant.
That's why she wasn't flipping out when the house went all haywire while she was giving birth.
She was
But how
logical
crazy was it that they
explanation.
mentioned they're like she doesn't have a home though. Where is he from? And then that's also cool the thing to see that the timeline, like how she's like changing the days, it's instant. It's like, okay, I want daytime now. I want nighttime. I want daytime. I want nighttime. You know what I mean? It all only works for that scenario. So like it seems like everything is happening within like a couple days. You know what I mean? And not actual full 24 hours
or
periods.
to even go further on that, on the inside when she shoots her out is daytime, but she lands in the real world at nighttime.
Nighttime, exactly. And that's what I'm saying. Time is different in that space because this is what like Wanda wants. And who knows? It might have just started like we might see like 12 hours earlier because things happened in the morning. Then all of a sudden it just got to nighttime, and that's when Monica Rambeau got shot out. You know what I mean? So it's just like it's so many interesting things that they're doing with it. And did you notice too the backgrounds? They were painted. They were scenes they were like they were just painted scenery.
When in the
what?
house.
At the house, so it looked like a stage. It was a set stage. So the house was real, the next door neighbor stuff, but everything behind them in certain sections.
Oh yeah, I see what
it
you
was
mean.
just
Yeah.
it was a scenery. So you know what I mean. One is showing obviously the times, the way that they used to film, because like you could say that they're in an actual studio audience type of thing. They're just in a stage, but before it was like you had to film in a town. Now they're like faking stuff in between because it's like the times are moving and they're just doing a whole lot of other stuff for it.
Yeah.
It's really cool, man. I'm really digging this series so far.
Another thing, if you guys didn't notice, was the sword base, the little mobile base, is literally right outside Westview, the real place, and outside that bubble she created.
Yep.
And I
Mind
think
you, why
that's
were they
more.
driving though? How far away were they?
No, I think she got shot back pretty far back, to be honest.
but like the tents were right next to them though.
Yeah, but she
Why
probably
were they
landed
driving
like,
up?
like yards away from the tent. That's probably why.
She
That's
probably okay.
crazy.
Even if she did land right outside, they brought the cars because they didn't know who or what was gonna be out there. Maybe it was something big that they needed to transport in a vehicle. Why did they have guns? Why did they have guns drawn? Like they got out of the car and they're like, "Oh, it's time, baby. We're go."
They probably don't know it's her. They probably don't know if it's Monica. Yeah.
They've been waiting for something to happen. You know, the guys have been on guard duty. Like, what are you doing here? You know, nothing ever happens. Why do they even have us here? Do they need two of us? Like, it could just be me or you, or maybe, you know, we can bring Tom. You know, why does it have to be all three of us? And then something happened and they're like, oh yes, we're a go. Bring it in. Bring it all in. Did anybody else pop hardcore and start yelling at your TV when Agnes and Herbie were talking? They were whispering to each other and Vision is like, what are you guys talking about? And they're like, oh, nothing. And he's like, no, but tell me. And then Herbie's trying to tell him, and you're like, tell him what? Tell him what? Come on, tell him.
I think he was trying to tell them that they were like trapped in there, or like this is not real, because obviously Vision is catching on at this point.
I want to hear him say it. I want somebody to tell him, Vision, help me.
Yeah, it's too early. We'll get it like probably episode 6 or 7.
So, another thing I heard this past week, we're only gonna get short episodes up until episode 6.
Perfect. Look at that. See.
So
See?
The last 3 episodes is where all the shit is gonna hit the fan.
Is it going to be hour-long episodes, or is it still?
I don't know.
Be 30
I haven't
episodes?
heard runtime, but I'm gonna assume it's an hour long, since the finale itself is an hour long.
I hope so. It's only right, you know what I mean? Because especially when they start getting into current time frame, you know what I mean? Like now she's in the actual 90s and the 2000s stuff. So like, because right now you saw when you're outside, you get the 1080p. You know what I mean? You get 4K and shit. But inside the bubble, you're getting full screen. You know what I mean? No. Well, remember, full screen was still like with the
square.
With the square, like the horizontal, like parallel lines. You know what I mean? So like, I always forget the term. It is like boxes. It's widescreen. Yeah, the black lines and all that kind of stuff. I forget the correct cinematic term, but you know there is video.
Yeah.
There was one more thing that I was like really, it was funny. It's like, you know, for her to rush her own pregnancy and all that kind of stuff, you can tell, like, you know what I mean? But, like, you saw a little bit of the fear when, obviously, it was happening. So she still gave herself the same type of, like, you know, like pregnancy pains and stuff like that and fear that most of these people would have and all that kind of stuff.
She called Mephisto. She called Mephisto when the whole thing happened.
What do you mean?
Oh, yeah, she yelled and, like, the fire, whoosh.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
okay, fair.
Like,
I guess I don't know.
I took that as like the devil's here.
Yeah.
Or like there it is. The devil's in the details, because that's not the only place he's in.
Mm-hmm. That's not the only place he's in. Yeah. You can even view the stork as his manifestation, as him manifesting himself.
Because he's bringing the babies.
Because he's bringing the second one. Yeah.
Yeah, and then again, like Miguel said, it was one of those actual things that came out that Wanda couldn't poof back out. Mm-hmm. So it's like, you can tell what's hers and not. So it's like, it was funny seeing that. It's like, huh. I was like, all right, that's interesting.
Yeah, going back to the red smoke. She could just pop, every time she would hit it would be red smoke. So it's like, okay, I get it.
Also, Mephisto usually comes out like that too in the comics. Yeah. He always comes out of red smoke. Like, it's actually pretty funny. And I like this version of her powers. I like the more instant / a little bit of glamour to it compared to the mist you got from the earlier movies. So I like that they kind of expanded on her power set a bit, and then just like the look of it.
Yeah. So did you like the illusion that went along with your glamour?
You're right. I did. Yes, I did. Callbacks, guys. That was all callbacks.
Your joke. I got you.
I appreciate it. I didn't mean to use it as a joke, but it's true.
I know. But it was there. It was very low hanging fruit. What'd you guys think about the Hydra soap?
Yeah, I was about to bring that up too. That's actually a deep
Wait.
cut to Agents of Shield.
My
Yeah?
man.
Ah.
Agents of
My
Shield.
man.
Yep.
Oh no, wait, Miguel, did you finish Agents?
No.
Ah, okay.
But I've only not watched the final season. But I've
Okay.
watched all the way up to the final season. I have a
get that.
thing.
You're better. You're,
really-
better, you're better than me, man.
I have a thing
never
about
started.
final seasons. I mean, unfortunately, I never finished Daredevil.
You don't like saying goodbye.
I really
Oh,
don't.
I remember he said that. Yeah,
I
remember
really
that.
don't. Like,
Oh my
You don't like saying goodbye.
god. Wait, what was? Damn it, you got me there. Oh wait, so on the newspaper, this guy was reading, right? It said 2 fired Hydra something something.
It's meant to say fire
And-
hydrants, but the way they folded it is meant to hint
look
at
like Hydra.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's something. So I was looking for something there. The other side, I couldn't really tell. It
Then
was a little too quick.
you got the lamp with the two babies on it.
Oh my god, I didn't even catch that. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was nice. Nice little callbacks there and all that kind of stuff.
she needs a break. She's a goddess.
Oh, of course, yeah. Yeah. What else did I notice?
There's so much, guys. Like
Not really.
we're really not trying to like break this down scene by scene. Like what we said at the beginning of the episode was a joke. But there's so much. There's so much.
Well, I think for the most part, that's at least everything. The obvious ones, I think.
Yeah. There's definitely more to it, I'm sure, but it's like it was just again, it was such a well done episode and all that once again, and it just
How
it
does
messaged.
Geraldine?
It goes
How does
through.
Geraldine get back in?
I don't think she does.
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
You don't think we see her again?
No, we will.
Oh,
I
well,
don't
that's
think
what I'm
she
saying.
gets back into the bubble.
Oh, I do. I do. I think she's gonna come at Wanda hard.
The question we need
next
to answer
time.
is how did she get in the first time?
Yeah, because the beekeeper got caught very quickly.
Well, yeah, the beekeeper popped up right outside her house. Like, come on, you gotta be smarter than that. Like,
Well, the helicopter might be a way too, but I mean, I don't know. We don't know how that helicopter.
so the rumor is that the helicopter
Is
was
Mephisto?
how she got in the first place.
Yeah, no, I've heard that too.
Oh, and she turned the helicopter into the toy, and that's how she she got out before the helicopter stayed in.
Yeah. Yep.
Interesting.
And apparently there's a scene that got deleted from Avengers Endgame that would have shown Wanda getting Vision's dead metallic body from Sword. Because they changed the name of what Sword stands for the show. Because in comics it stands for like Sentient World Observation Research Division?
Research division,
Yeah,
something like that.
something.
Yeah.
But in the
No,
show,
defense, research defense or something. Because
that's what
remember,
it
they
is.
defend the world from extraterrestrials. That's what it's supposed to do.
But in WandaVision, it stands for Sentient Weapon. Because Vision is a sentient weapon. So that's where it all stemmed from Vision and like some I forgot I was watching a video. I forget whose video it was where they talked about like Sword has to be where like all these weapons are being kept. Like all like Tony Stark's nano gauntlet.
Probably.
All these other artifacts, I guess you could say, from the war. They're all being kept on Sword. So I
Okay.
thought that was dope.
Another nice callback to while Vision and Wanda were talking about the babies and how they would come out looking like. Will they be looking like Wanda? Will they be looking like Vision? She's like, oh, will they come out with human flesh? Will they come out with synthesoid flesh? Like synthetic flesh. That's what she said.
Yeah.
So obviously going back to at least the comic book where, at least I guess in the MCU too, but he's made more out of vibranium than synthetics. But it's a combination of both. But either way, that's a nice little nod too.
And then there was also when Vision was playing stupid when the doctor showed up, And he goes, how did this happen?
Yeah.
And the doctor goes, well, my boy,
the woman.
when the man loves a woman.
Oh god! But it was also funny because, like, you know, homie never had sex with her. I think so. It's like,
Yeah, no.
I think he
not
did.
to make this happen at least.
I think he has. I just don't think that, you know, anything comes out. And so he's like, I know what the process is.
We might need to censor something else.
How did this happen? No. We're not talking about soul this time. All right.
Just in case.
I heard that.
I like that
matter
one
of
too,
fact,
actually.
just in case.
Well, for now, I think we're okay. Now.
But yeah, no, that to me was funny.
Yeah, I want to see, like, it's interesting too. I like that. We got the creepy moment at the end when Vision does look for Geraldine, and you know, he's like, "Where did she go?" She's like, "Oh, she had to leave," but he never questioned, like, "But I just came from the front. Like, why is that?"
Oh, no, she
and
left
you know,
out the
she's
No,
you know what I mean?
she told me,
Maybe.
she rushed
She didn't say.
rushed home or something like that.
Yeah, she rushed home and all that kind of stuff, and it's like,
But she doesn't
you know,
have
she's
a
just
home.
staring over the
He
freaking
knows
the kid.
that she doesn't have a home.
Yeah,
There's
you know
that
what I mean.
too.
So who knows? It might come up the next episode and all that kind of stuff. And I'm excited. Again, I'm really
I like
glad.
where they're going.
You know?
I like where they're going.
Yeah, and I think I said this, like, when we first were, like, all, like, craving this show. Like, this was the one that I was most excited about, and I was like, it was coming first, and I was like, this is going to be great. Then I was like, you know, I was happy. Then I think Loki was my next one that I was going to be really excited about, and then Falcon Winter Soldier.
Right.
I was like, that was my lineup of, like, shows that I was like, you know, I was like, if I'm gonna be all into something, it's got to be the WandaVision, because I was like, this one is going to be the most unique. From
Yeah,
all the
and I
other
also
trailers.
like that they're setting her up to be somewhat of an antagonist or a semi-villain in Doctor Strange. I think, well, for the show and in Doctor Strange, so I like that too.
Yeah.
There might be some bigger characters that play for Doctor Strange, but, you know, at least Wanda will be a sort of antagonist to some degree until Doctor Strange comes up and like, yo, bitch, you gotta fix this. You gotta fix this. But yeah.
Oh, yeah. But are we good then, guys? I think we
I
did
think we're
all
good
that.
with ourselves. I don't know.
Yeah,
It's time to bring Ebony in. I
Somebody
think.
else?
Yeah.
Some-
So guys, if you haven't noticed already, Ebony could not make it to this episode today, but she did not want to leave you guys hanging. She wanted to have her thoughts heard. So right now, take a second, listen to Ebony while she tells you what she thought about this. All right?
Hey there, fellow nerds. It's your girl Ebony, also known as Sofrito. I'm slipping into the mix from the other side of Westview since the boys are stuck in an alternate reality. An alternate reality where Ed likes to wake up at 6 a.m. to record, and my body clock just don't work like that. It's crazy that people actually wake up early to do stuff. On purpose. Ed, I would get that checked out if I were you. Anyways, and we're back with another episode of WandaVision, which, as I've mentioned, is a fun twist on these MCU characters and a real refreshing contrast to the dramatic events of Endgame. In this episode, we see ourselves in the 1970s, as well as a little bit closer to the truth of what's really going on. We've got references to the Brady Bunch, Three's Company, bits of the Partridge Family with the score, all really cool stuff. And shout out to the art direction team for pulling all these elements together and making it new and digestible for these MCU fans. So of course, the doctor is checking out Wanda's stomach and confirming that she is indeed pregnant, to the confusion of both parties, especially Vision, who is completely confused at how quickly this baby appeared. I mean, what kind of fruit would a 12-hour baby look like? A blueberry? Maybe a canepa for my Spanish folks out there? I don't know. You let me know what you think a 12-hour baby looks like, because that's crazy. Vision thinks it's crazy too. And as Vision inquires about this, Wanda gets really tense and squeezes his leg to contain her secret another indicator of the fact that she's the one in control here. And the doctor is just as clueless. He uses this fruit reference to insinuate that women can't comprehend the growth of a living being in their own damn body. The nerve. But that's, old school patriarchal thinking for you. But let's not go there. The doctor indicates that he's leaving to go on holiday to Bermuda, which I would say is a reference to the Bermuda Triangle, a place where things go in order to not return, indicating maybe this reality is a lot more dangerous than we think it is. But I'm sure we all know that. There's a couple other moments where you could see Wanda responding to what people are saying to her. Like she doesn't want her bubble burst, pun intended. But you notice Herb outside as he's cutting his shrubs, he's starting to glitch and starts cutting into the concrete. And, that strikes Vision as odd. And he talks to Wanda, and as he's trying to tell her that he thinks something is wrong here, there's a really interesting intentional editing that happens where he glitches and it restarts the scene. And at first when I saw that, I thought there was something wrong with my TV, but it was intentional, and bravo to them for messing with my minds that way. And that just goes to show that Wanda doesn't want to face the truth. She isn't ready. And when it comes back to Vision in a more positive light, she tells him, we just don't know what to expect. And then she has more contractions. And I gotta say, it was so adorable when she starts having these contractions. Vision responds and he just floats into the air. Like, these little sitcom tropes mixed with superhero powers are so dope. The fact that this synthetic robot is having the nerves of a expecting parent and just acting so wacky and zany in response is just super nice and cute. And I gotta say, it just really balances out the tension that is coming with these episodes as we get closer to what's happening. And we notice that, when Wanda's water breaks, the entire house starts raining. Pipes start bursting. Other people's houses are affected. And that's how powerful this childbirth is poised to be. And of course, Vision responds by showing his powers and going to grab the doctor. Then we get another commercial break for a product called HydroSoak. And I won't credit my knowledge with this because I really don't know about this, but I did some research, and apparently S.H.I.E.L.D. uses this soap that controls minds and plants false memories in people's brains. I'm not sure if that is a direct tie to what's going on in WandaVision, but based on my research, it seems like it's tying into that, and it kind of helps you see that this reality is being fabricated, maybe through soap. We'll see. So while Wanda is home having her contractions after her water broke, Geraldine shows up looking for a bucket because of the water that burst in her apartment. I don't really be walking into people's houses looking for buckets, but, the 1970s were different, and I'm sure good neighbors are out there that'll let you use their buckets, like Wanda. But then she uses all these cool classic 1970s tropes to cover up her pregnancy from Geraldine because she doesn't want anyone to know about this spontaneous baby that's cooking up in her belly with the speed of a microwave. So, they're hanging out. She starts having contractions, and Geraldine, is unaware until she walks into the nursery and doesn't even notice the live stork. Part of me thinks that stork could be a manifestation of Mephisto, the devil that has been hinted at throughout this entire series. She tries to make it disappear with a puff of red smoke, which is like the color of Wanda's magic and also the color of the devil. Something to think about. So Geraldine doesn't notice this bird in the house, but anyways, she helps Wanda give birth to the first child, and then Vision appears. The second baby comes. The house is flipping all topsy-turvy because, you know, when witches give birth, a lot of weird magic happens. And they, like I said before, they're using these crazy sitcom cliches, like everything going haywire during a pregnancy, but like with superhero powers. So super cool. Love it. So then she gives birth to the twins and names them Tommy and Billy. Of course, we know, and I'm sure the boys have dived into this already, so I won't go too deep, but the babies are Billy and Tommy, which respectively in the comics are Wiccan and Speed, who are pretty much poised to be in the Young Avengers. And I'm pretty sure they're setting that up because they've got Kate Bishop as Hawkeye, Cassie Lang from them Ant-Man and Wasp movies, and then we got America Chavez coming up soon too. So I see them setting up the pieces for the Young Avengers really early on. And with all the timeline shifting, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of fun, cool stuff. But that's just a theory based on research because, you know. Then we see Agnes and Herb gossiping outside, mostly because Agnes is threatened by Geraldine, probably because Geraldine poses a threat to the reality that Wanda created, and that's a reality that Agnes directly benefits from because, you know, this is for the children. So there's a moment where Geraldine and Wanda are sitting in front of the twins, and Wanda opens up to Geraldine about her brother Pietro. And Geraldine reveals that she knows Pietro was killed by Ultron. Then Wanda gets concerned and starts grilling Geraldine like, yo, where you get that info from? What did you say? What are you doing in my house? What's that necklace all about? And if you notice, the necklace that she's wearing is a symbol of SWORD. So following that, my theory is that Geraldine has been tasked by SWORD to enter this reality in order to prevent the upcoming Omega level threat that is Wanda and those events from occurring. Agnes is possibly holding Wanda hostage as she delivers these babies, who are possibly fragments of the Devil Mephisto, as a way to assist him. Agnes even goes off to say, Ralph looks better in the dark, almost as if to say he's hiding away somewhere in the shadows. And then the house going haywire and power shutting down in the neighborhood suggests that the shadows are growing ever closer and the control of this reality is slipping away. Wanda casts Geraldine out, and you can even see the difference in tone that Wanda has. She's a mother now, she's protective of her cubs, and with this psychological state, it could be very easy to set Wanda up as a villain with intent to protect her kids by any means necessary. So this shifts the tone of the episode and things get a little bit darker. And then when we see Geraldine again, she somehow comes out of this pixelated wormhole in what I would assume to be present day, the real world. And then we get a little glimpse of the real Westview. So now we know Westview is a real place. And now we know that due to the fact that Geraldine was still wearing her clothes from the 70s, this reality manipulation, you know, Wanda has so much control over it that she can just send people right through there. And of course, we all have talked about this before, but Geraldine is Monica Rambeau, and her going through that little time warp suggests this is how she gets her powers. And I am very excited to see how they develop this character's storyline from this point. But you see her at an army-like base, and you see the sign of Westview, and then you see, like, I don't know, it's an enclosement or an encampment, and they don't really show you everything because, you know, they want to keep teasing me with all of this info and these short episodes filled with so many gems and leaving me hanging till the next episode. So I cannot wait to see what this revelation means for the rest of the series. But we got a lot in these 30 minutes, even though it seemed really subtle and slapstick and fun. This just goes to show that this happy reality, our little bubble, is going to be burst. And so is the bubble of Westview that all of these people are contained inside. Because, as the doctor said, it's really hard to escape. So yeah, that's my hot take on WandaVision. Hopefully when the boys escape their alternate reality of dealing with Ed's morning runs and early recording schedule, we can all get together and gleefully talk about the things that you know and love on the Nerdy Basement. Thank you guys for listening, and stay nerdy, my friends. Talk to you next time.
All right. Thank you, Ebony. We did not listen to your pre-recorded episode yet. But I hope it was
she makes
awesome.
some good points.
I'm sure she does.
She makes some good points.
Oh my god! And I hope you liked her placeholder for the video, guys. That should be fun.
Exactly. But I guess that's pretty much it for WandaVision, and that's pretty much it for this episode entirely, because this wasn't much to talk about this week. Hopefully, those who have an issue with our length.
He just couldn't.
He couldn't
keep it in.
I couldn't. I'm sorry.
Not do it.
I hope this episode is digestible enough for everybody. But yeah, with that being said, we'll see you guys on the next episode. Keep up with the Nerdy Basement literally everywhere: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Music, whatever the case may be. YouTube. Thank you once again to our 100 subscribers. We actually surpassed 100. We're like 104, 105 or something like that. But thank you. Let's get to 200 next.
103 and 105 was me last night.
Okay. Thank you.
No, I told people to do it.
Oh, okay. But thank you. Thank you either way.
105?
Thank you. But either way, let's get to 200 now. 200 is the next goal.
Yes.
Let's get to that. And then once we hit 200, we'll have something special for you guys. But thank you for 100 subscribers. We'll see you guys on the next episode. As always,
stay nerdy, my friends.
Peace.
Peace.